Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got the final episode of the ranking series by Hoops Reference. Link to his channel in the description below. We got ranking every starting center from all 30 NBA teams. So, yep, you all know the drill by now. Let's get to it.
Let's begin. Starting at
Taj Gibson. Damn.
Way up to the number one
Who's good on the Bulls?
At number 30, we have Taj Gibson of the New York Knicks. Gibson is one of the many power forwards the Knicks signed in the summer.
Put him at point guard.
Turn, they've had to use him as a center. He's been in the league a long time and always provides.
I feel like he's been drafted like 3 years ago.
Good rebounding and decent scoring as a veteran presence. But at
man
this
doesn't
point in
age.
time, he's honestly over the hill as a player. He technically starts, but only plays bench player minutes and isn't that productive in his time anyway. Next up at number 29, we have Marquese Chriss.
Wasn't this guy
of the
like
Golden State Warriors? After disappointing
kicked out of the NBA or something? Maybe, I don't know.
When they drafted him with a lottery pick, he's been able to play well in his second chance with Golden State. He still has a long way to go to live up to the original hype.
I thought he was cut, but I could be
he's
wrong.
Made good strides this year, honestly. Up next at number 28.
Why, Christian Wood? Oh, okay. I will say this video is a little old. It's from February 6th. Okay, I'll give him that. Because this man, Christian Wood, since Andre Drummond's been traded, has been absolutely balling, bro. I'm talking like 20 points, 12 rebounds, shooting like 39% from three. Yeah, this dude definitely playing like a probably top 2 center right now.
Of the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons actually just shipped out their franchise center, Andre Drummond, within the last 24 hours.
Yeah, so that gives you guys an
indication.
indication.
The backup will likely be stepping into the starting role of a rebuilding team now. I'm a big fan of Wood's game, actually, and he produces in a number of different areas, but he's honestly best served as a bench piece and probably not as a starter.
Oh, we'll see about that now, won't we?
27.
Now, it's hard to say, hindsight obviously is 90-70.
The Celtics rotation is filled with scoring, playmaking guards, and wings that produce at a high level.
Daniel
but if there's
does.
one area of weakness on the team, it is with their big men. Theis is a nice rotation piece that gives you a little bit of everything, but he doesn't really excel in one specific area.
He's just like a dude on the court
to this ranking.
that does some good things.
Up next at number 26, we have Meyers Leonard of the Miami Heat. The Heat start games off with double big man lineups with Meyers Leonard alongside Bam Adebayo, and Leonard's three-point shooting allows this.
Bro,
to
his
happen.
wife is a better shooter
On
than him,
offense,
though. Not gonna
he's
lie.
purely
There's
out there to
videos.
stretch the floor, and on defense, he holds his own well enough to not be a liability. He's not a
Bro, why is he
flashy
playing
contributor
basketball in his
and
damn
doesn't put up
boxers?
big numbers, but he does well in his role. Next up at number 25, we have Cody Zeller of the Charlotte
Man was
Hornets.
compared to LaMarcus
Zeller
Aldridge
is
on draft night.
mediocrity personified in basically every aspect of the center position. He puts up about 11 points and 7 rebounds a night, holds his own in the middle, and works hard. There's nothing flashy or fun about his game.
He'd be a good
just
backup.
produces well enough for the Hornets, and he does what it's asked of him, honestly. Up next at number 24, we have Derric Favors of the New Orleans Pelicans. Favors is the rock in the middle as a veteran.
Yo, is Derric
surrounded by
Favors the
young
bust?
rising
Let me know,
stars.
guys.
He's a terrific rebounder of the basketball, and his
Based off where he was
strength helps him
drafted?
finish at the rim very efficiently with a field goal percentage of 62%. But he doesn't really possess the versatility that modern-day centers are asked to have. Next up at number 23, we have Ivica Zubac of the Los Angeles
Might as well just be
Clippers.
Montrez,
More
but they'd be
often
top
than
10.
not, Montrezl Harrell actually plays more minutes at the center position than Zubac, but in certain instances when the team needs more of a bruiser in the middle, Zubac has improved every year he's been in the league. He has great touch around the rim, he's improving his touch.
Didn't
on
the
his
Lakers
jumper,
give him away
and
for,
his weak defense is even beginning to be
who was it?
noteworthy
Some
after
no-name.
struggling a bit at times.
Mike
early on.
Muscala.
Next up at number 22, we have Dwight Powell of the Dallas Mavericks. Unfortunately, Powell suffered a season-ending injury not too long ago, but before that, he was a very good fifth option out on the floor. He works with...
Bro, they don't got
very
microphones,
well in
like,
the pick and roll.
a
His
damn smartphone in his
explosiveness
face.
allows him to score the ball very efficiently at the rim, and he can even stretch the floor a little bit and knock
Get a
down
microphone,
threes.
you bum ass!
Next up at number 21, we have Thomas Bryant of the Washington Wizards. Bryant is one of my favorite young bigs because he plays 100% at all times and has gotten better and better as time has gone on. Before he got injured this year, he was averaging about 13 points and 7 rebounds per game, while shooting 59%.
Statistically, the worst defensive center in the league, though.
Healthy, I hope to see him continue to improve even more. Up next at number 20, we have Richaun Holmes of the Sacramento Kings. Holmes has been a utility guy for a while, not really ever being able to earn a consistent role on a team, but this year, something finally clicked with him and he forced his way into the starting
Seized the
lineup.
opportunity.
He's a very mobile and explosive big man that gets out in transition, tries to dunk everything he can at the rim, and has very good instincts in the paint. Next up at number 19, we have JaVale McGee of the Los Angeles Lakers. McGee's purpose on the floor is to block shots, dunk the ball, and grab rebounds, and he does that very well, honestly. LeBron sets him up for a ton of easy looks, he doesn't ever try to do too much, and in the minutes he's given, he helps the Lakers lineup overwhelm opponents with their size. Next up at number 18, we have Wendell Carter Jr.
I want to see Wendell Carter improve
Bulls.
even more.
Carter has
Gotta stay healthy.
all the potential in the world to be great in this league because he excels in so many different areas, but the Bulls as an overall team have been a bit of a mess, and the players aren't always put in positions to succeed the
They
most.
need a new coach.
He's also
They'll
struggled
fix it.
with injuries in his young career, but down the line, I can definitely see him shooting up this list. Up next at number 17, we have
Splash
Brook
Mountain.
Lopez of the Milwaukee Bucks. Lopez's defense has elevated a ton over the last few years, and that's currently the biggest area that he
Bro, look at that
contributes
range.
for the best team.
Got
in
an
the
ugly
league.
ass jump shot.
After last season, it looked like he was rebirthing his career on offense when he was shooting the lights out.
It ain't that bad, I guess.
But this year, he's taken a step back in that regard, and his jumper has been kind of off all season long. If his shot was still falling from 3, then he would have been higher on this list, but his defense still puts him in a good spot. Next up at number 16,
Yo,
we
center
have
PJ.
PJ Tucker of the Houston Rockets. Yes, I know I put him in the power forwards video yesterday, but the Rockets made a trade recently that kind of messed things up with my list, and it's now looking like Tucker will start at small ball center, so I kind
Shit happens to my rebuilds all the time. I'll have a freaking whole rebuild done, or I'll do like a few videos in advance, and then just like DeMarcus Cousins, leaves the Lakers. It just freaking ruins everything.
of have no choice but to put him here. His
Hate when that
impact
happens.
is felt way beyond the box score as he brings top-tier defense, elite shooting from the corners, and toughness that makes up for his undersized frame. Next up at number 15, we have Jarrett Allen of the
This
Brooklyn
man blocks
Nets.
superstars
Allen
like
is
crazy.
a promising young big that has improved
Love his
on
afro,
both ends
too.
of the floor in each of his first 3 seasons. His athleticism is his biggest asset, and he uses it to
Bro,
shoot
he
a
doesn't miss that
strong
layup, man. Oh
64%
my God,
from
bro.
because he gets so many easy looks for himself at the rim. He's a double-double machine and isn't afraid of anyone, and has already made some big-time blocks on some of the best players in the league. Up next at number 14, we have Jonas Valanciunas of the Memphis Grizzlies.
man has a hell of a beard.
With all of the youth and rising talent
Hell
on
of a
this Grizzlies
beard.
team, veteran Valanciunas holds everything together in the middle.
Like a
and has
dwarf.
even expanded
Like
his
a
game
tall
out to the
dwarf.
three-point line.
I guess.
He puts
I don't
up
know.
an efficient 15 points per game and snags 10 rebounds in the process as well, and is just an overall solid starting center. Next up at number 13, we
Aquaman.
have Steven Adams of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Adams has been the rock in the middle of the Thunder for years now.
Literally,
And
like
what he
an
brings
actual
is someone
rock.
who can overpower almost anyone in the league on both ends of the floor. He boxes out as well as any big man in the league, has very good touch around the basket, and plays his role perfectly. Up next at number 12, we have Hassan Whiteside. of
Yo,
the
Hassan Whiteside gonna
Portland
get paid,
Trailblazers.
guys, or no?
Whiteside has gotten a bad rap over
I say
the
$10
last
million
few years
this
because
season.
of his seemingly lazy play out on the court. But now, in a new scenario, he's taking full advantage of his second chance and is really playing well. He's putting up 16 points and 14 rebounds per game, and is actually leading the NBA in blocks at
Look at him go.
3.1 per game.
Hassan Whiteside.
Next up at number
Myles.
11, we have Myles Turner of the Indiana Pacers. Turner is a very
Yo, why is he
good
playing
protector
defense against a
that holds his
67-year-old
own very
man?
well in the
Or
middle
offense, I
for a
mean.
sneaky good Pacers team. Offensively, he hasn't quite lived up to the once enormous potential seen in him, but he does stretch the floor out to the three-point line and scores the ball at a decent clip. Now, starting off the top
Damn,
10,
marking
we
top
have
10.
Marc Gasol of the Toronto
I've been
Raptors.
underrating him, I guess, as of late.
Gasol is definitely not the player he used to be in his prime, but for an overachieving Raptors team, he gives them exactly what they need and championship pedigree. He's still a very good defender, a 40% shooter from 3,
Damn,
and can bang
40%?
with any of the top bigs in the NBA. Next up at number 9, we have DeAndre Ayton of the Phoenix Suns. Luka Doncic and Trae Young may get all of the attention from the 2018 draft class, but Ayton was taken number 1 back then, and he too is playing phenomenally. He's putting up a strong
he's just not a
19 points
superstar like the other
and
2
12
have been
rebounds per
playing
game,
like
has a terrific
overshadows.
face-up game in the mid-range and solid moves in the post, and his power in the middle has given opposing defenses fits. Next up at number 8 on this list, we have Clint Capella, who is now on the Atlanta Hawks. Capella has developed a ton over the years for the Rockets and has become one of the best pick-and-roll bigs in the league with James Harden.
Great valued
But now that
contract,
he's in
too,
Atlanta,
for what he
should
does.
continue to thrive with rising young star Trae Young. Trae's playmaking is already top tier, and he and Capella will be a very good duo to build around. Next up at number 7, we have LaMarcus Aldridge.
Shooting threes now, just like I told him. Just like I told him.
Aldridge is one of the most skilled offensive bigs out of the post in the league, and his face-up game is still incredibly tough to stop, and he's even improved his range out to the three-point line.
Just like I told him.
He's not as good as he once was in his prime, but he's still a very good player at the position nonetheless. Next up at number 6 on this list, we have Nikola Vucevic of the Orlando Magic. He took a big step forward last season when he was named an All-Star, and even though he wasn't named one,
He's probably a one-and-done
he is
All-Star,
still
unfortunately.
the versatile and productive player in the middle of a Magic team that looks like it is once again primed for a playoff berth. Up next at number 5,
Drummond at
we
5.
have Andre
Okay.
Drummond, who is now on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Drummond's one of the best rebounders this league has ever seen, and he has even expanded his offensive capabilities over the years, and funnily enough, he just got traded today. You do have to feel bad for him a bit, because he's going from one lottery team to an even worse lottery team when he has so
even
much
worse?
to
Okay,
offer.
I'll take it.
But I suppose
I'll
his
take the
stint
dub.
in Cleveland will be an interesting one.
And very
Next
short.
up at
He already
number
wants to
4,
leave.
we have Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz. Gobert earned his first All-Star berth this year, and deservingly so, because the success of the Jazz all starts with him in the middle.
Damn, we got
He's
the midi,
once
bro.
again a
Look
heavy
at that.
favorite for the defensive
Shoot
player
some
of the
threes,
year
Gobert.
award, because he's legitimately that impactful on that end of the floor, and on offense, he cleans up around the rim as well as anyone. Coming in at number 3 now, we have
Who's
Karl
one,
Anthony
guys?
Towns of
Embiid or
the
Cat?
Minnesota
Or I'm sorry,
Timberwolves.
Jokic. I'm gonna
The
say
Wolves
Jokic.
as a team are a bit of a mess right now, but it's
My dude
surely
Hoopso is a
not
Philly
because of
fan,
Towns.
so we'll see.
Towns is one of the most offensively gifted bigs, if not the most offensively gifted big in the league, and he dominates both inside and out. Obviously, he has room to improve on defense, and the lack of team success hurts, but overall, he's top tier. Next up,
Damn,
at
he
number
going
2
Embiid
on
at 1.
this list,
Okay.
we have
Oh, I
Nikola
don't hate it. I
Jokic
don't hate
of
it,
the
but
Denver Nuggets.
Jokic's been crazy this season.
Jokic's offensive prowess is unlike anything we've seen in the league before, because as a passer, he's legitimately great. Then he can also bully defenders in the post, face up in the high post, and create offense for himself or others whenever. He and the guy at number 1 are legitimately neck and neck as players, but ultimately, I gave the next guy the slightest edge. Which now brings us to the top spot on this list, being Joel Embiid.
I think I'll still take
Philadelphia
Jokic
76ers.
healthier, too.
Embiid's had kind of a rough
Not
season
physically
this
healthier,
year
but-
because the Sixers as a whole have been a mess. The team is built so poorly with no spacing around him, so Embiid has no room to operate, yet he's still putting up 23 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists per game, while playing very good defense. His impact has always been the driving force of the Sixers, so despite their struggles as a team, he still reigns as top dog.
Yeah, lands on his
And
shoulders.
That being said, that's all I
Okay,
have for you.
there we go, guys. There's the rankings right there. No big gripes with it whatsoever. I personally think Jokic is the best center in the NBA right now, but, I could definitely see where it would be Joel Embiid. Obviously, this was made quite a few weeks ago, so, he don't got Christian Wood up as high as he should be, but, Christian Wood definitely up and comer. But overall, guys, let me know in the comment section what you all think. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out.